What's up, guys? It's Tony from Lomo Paintball, and today we're talking the top things you should consider when buying your elbow and knee pads.
And Watch is the best source for elbow, knee pads, and everything paintball related.
That's us. It's LomoPaintball.com. So obviously a lot of you guys are diving in, getting more serious about paintball. You guys need to stay protected out there. Obviously, having a nice pair of elbow pads and a nice pair of knee pads are definitely going to be beneficial to you, keeping you safe and protected out there on the field. So we kind of want to just touch on a couple key points when you guys are making your first purchase, or maybe you bought some and they tore on you already. You're looking to make your second or third purchase. So I would say for me, number one thing is probably going to be comfortability. Would you agree, Mark? Would you agree?
Yeah, I got to wear these things for potentially hours at a time.
Definitely.
I can't have something that's uncomfortable. It can't be annoying. It can't be irritating me and preventing me from doing what I need to do.
So for me, these are the elbow pads. These are the infamous minimalistic elbow pads here. You guys can literally, let me just roll these suckers right on up, and they don't take up much space, but we're on comfortability. So these, obviously, nice like moisture wicking material. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too scratchy on the skin, and they're very, very flexible. We're going to go down here to, you got your mid-range over here. We're going to shout out to Exalt. Mid-range, I mean, they're definitely not as, I can't roll those up like the infamous ones. And then you've got like the HK Army ones. Plenty protective, but these boys are bulky. So I don't know if you guys don't like to be confined. You want something more free-flowing, like something like this. That's something to consider. These ones obviously a little bit more protective, but there's a lot of bulk going on there. As for the knee pads, Hydra, these have been a huge seller. Super, super great knee pad. You guys absolutely love them. Comfortability here. So they got, some of them have the slits in the back, so your knee's not going to be super just restricted and tight. You guys are running, diving, sliding. You need this to be comfortable. So check out features like maybe does it have cutouts in the back for comfortability. Onto the carbon one. Same, nice cutouts in the back, a little spot in there for your kneecap to actually go into. And these seem very flexible, comfortable. The HK Army crash pad. Beautiful, comfortable material here in the back. Very, very four-way stretch, moisture wicking material. But also, once again, these are a bulkier knee pad. So there's a lot of kind of gumption there to them. So if you guys want something more minimalistic, look for something that's a little bit lighter and go from there.
Yeah, most modern arm and knee pads are going to be fairly comfortable. They've all got different materials that are gentle on the skin nowadays versus the old ones where it was just a Velcro strap going across. But
yeah, a lot of this stuff, these, like Mark just said, a lot of this stuff these days, these companies coming out, the moisture wicking to keep it comfortable and cool on your skin. So comfortability, do you want less padding, more comfortable, or do you want to stay more protected with more padding? So it's really, truly up to you guys.
Now, the next thing I always think of is, first is the comfortable, the bulk, and the moisture wicking. Second is durability. Are these things going to last me a while?
Okay.
How well are they going to hold up to me sliding and diving and running around and crawling?
I like that you brought that up, the durability wise. So once again, like back to like the infamous stuff. Super thin, sleek. I like it. Very, very lightweight. But you know, how many dives is this elbow pad going to be able to take compared to something like the HK Army crash pad? There's a lot of padding going on here, a lot of good material. So, so bulkiness overall, is that where we're at, Mark? Bulkiness?
Well, the durability. How well will it hold up to being abused?
I just don't, you know, I like that. It's a good point, but just it's got a lot more padding, right? But who knows is this going to rip before that per se, just because it's got more padding? I don't know.
I don't know. And I've got, and
Stress
to be
test.
fair, all of these should be worn under your jersey or pants.
For sure.
So your jersey and pants should go before the pads do. But I see guys run around shirtless with just arm pads on. And
no doubt. Yeah, so obviously the jersey is going to be the first thing that kind of takes that brunt of your dive or sometimes fall. But durability-wise, Hydra knee pads though. We literally have this video on the YouTube channel, and even, you know, PB Fit or Hydra does too. I know that they took a razor to here actually, and took a fresh straight razor blade and was able to slice and not make any cut on the actual knee pad. So I know for a fact, you're talking Hydra, you're talking durability. Very, very nice, comfortable knee pad. Very, very durable. A lot of people rant and rave about the carbon ones too. So I mean, a lot of these are
Yeah, some of it you won't know until you've played in it, or
For sure.
ask your friends, hey, you've been using the carbons for
Yep.
3 years, how are they holding up? And they'll go, oh man, these are great. Or maybe if you're using a cheaper brand, because I don't want to say anything bad about a particular brand, but you might be like, oh yeah, the elastic's worn out, the pads have worn a hole in the spot, I really don't have any protection here anymore, I gotta buy new ones.
So even like that, you said maybe the elastic or like these crash knee pads by HK, over time, did you get grass, dirt, old paint onto the Velcro strap? Does the Velcro strap work anymore? So yeah, it's kind of obviously read reviews out there and then get, feedback from maybe teammates or other players. Hey, I saw you're wearing, what are you wearing? How do you like them? How long have you had them? So kind of do some, inner field research too, as to figure out what you guys really like. If durability is a big factor for you, then at least ask around or go at Lomo Paintball and read all the reviews from the customers that have, purchased the wide variety of elbow or knee pads from us. All right, next up, what are we diving into?
Well, one of the other major things is, does it stay in place? I pull that arm pad on, I put that knee pad on, I played. Am I constantly adjusting it on the field? Am I having problems with it sliding and moving around on me?
So like these knee pads, the ones that I just had in my hand, obviously, yeah. So once you get that on your leg and you got it in the spot you want that's comfortable for you, pull that strap on over, kind of really secure that so it's not moving up and down. So do they stay in place? It's a very, very important one, because if it's not in place, it's not going to be protecting the areas that you need it to protect.
Some of them have that silicate inside.
Yeah, I was looking for those. So this one, the carbon one, obviously another, you got a strap there, none on the bottom. The Hydras, these actually, when you put these on, these are more like a compression fit. So those ones, actually, since they don't have any Velcro strap, they really do stay in place pretty well. So I like that. For obviously your elbow pads, you got straps here on the HK Army, and also you have a half hand. So when you guys actually slide this into your arm, your thumb's gonna go through this slot, and that's gonna keep it from just constantly moving up on you. So it's gonna stay in that position. Half hand here, also on the Exalt one, a little bit, not as good as the HK Army one, but it's still in there, so you guys can get that. And then also here on the Infamous one, yep, another.
What about
half
at
hand.
The bicep? Does any of the arm pads have the little rubber? Or
no, there's nothing there on the Infamous.
No, up at where the sleeve, where it goes on your arm.
Oh, like the
on the inside.
The tacking.
Yeah.
Like the Exalt ones do have a little bit of tacking here on the inside. The Infamous ones do as well. So this is what Mark's talking about, this kind of like shiny silicone. So when you guys slide this up on your bicep area, they're not sliding down on you. Let's check out the HK.
And that'll play back into the comfortability, because for some guys, they don't mind that. Some guys will be like, I don't like that way it holds there. So again, a lot of the stuff is subjective, guys. This is why we can tell you what's on the pad, what it provides, but we can't necessarily tell you that you're going to like one more than the other, because all our needs and reactions to the stuff is different. But these are the things you want to consider when you're out there playing.
Would agree. So like before we go on to the next one, so on the inside of the HK Crash, there is none of that like silicone tacking, but they have the Velcro strap. So when you get it on in the right spot, you guys can use the Velcro strap. But is that going to be irritated towards you? You never may know. So once again, kind of read the reviews. It depends on what your personal preference is. So
try them on if you can. Yeah.
We're on to the next one. Let's go.
Kind of the last one, and we've touched on it briefly, is breathability. Because again, you're wearing it for so long, and I don't want my knees getting all sweaty and gross, or my elbows.
Knees. You said knees.
Knees.
You said knees. We're going to go there. So we already kind of showed you. Breathability here. Hydra in the back. You've got that slit, little bit of airflow, so it's not just one straight piece of material there. So obviously you got some breathability there. The actual material, is it moisture wicking? Potentially, but at least it like those little airflow vent in the back. Carbon, same exact thing. I believe also some moisture wicking within this fabric here, but it's breathability in the back. And then on the Crash, like, so you got the slot here, but then you still have this kind of stretchy four-way material in the back. So breathability definitely plays a huge factor. Like Mark said earlier, you guys are in these for hours and hours out there at the field. So it's going to get hot, sticky, and sweaty. So you want something that's going to give you a little bit of relief out there. So find something that's going to be, fit your need.
Because you'll take your pod pack off. You might even take your jersey off. A lot of times the guys, you don't take off your pads because it's just more of a pain.
Yeah, you take your jersey out. You got to take your pants off, and all that stuff should be worn underneath of your jersey or underneath your pants, and stuff like the elbow pads, breathability, nice moisture wicking 4-way stretch there for the HK. Exalt did a good job too. The back of this, obviously the front's pretty bulky here for the protection, but in the back here, nice breathability. Once again, a 4-way stretch material. Shouldn't keep you too hot and sweaty out there. And of course, Infamous has some actual ventilation holes up near the top. In case you guys are going to be wearing these for a very long time, it's something to look into. How breathable, how comfortable, how durable, are they bulky, are they not? Tons of things to consider when buying your first or maybe second or third set of elbow and knee pads.
Yeah, oh, and going with that bulkiness again, you got to consider you have to carry these things around, right? They got to fit in your gear bag. You're going to put them somewhere when you're not playing with them. So do you have enough room for the biggest and bulkiest? Or do you need to have the super slim line because you decided to just go with a little backpack?
Like I rolled these up in the beginning of the video. I mean, this is just one elbow pad. I mean, this won't take up too much room, especially if you guys are traveling, going in an airplane. You don't want to carry your big suitcase or gear bag with you. Find something that's small. Obviously, this is an elbow pad, but I definitely can't do that with this one here. I mean, you've got a lot of bulk going on there. So that's a good ending point there, I think. So a lot of things to consider when you know, diving on into getting some nice pads for yourself to keep you protected.
And these were just a small sampling, guys. We just grabbed a handful to give a range.
Yep.
There's plenty of manufacturers out there, Bunker Kings and GI, and everybody's got their own stuff. HK's got various, Exalt's got multiple styles and whatnot. So go check them all out. Take a chance to try them on, talk to other players, see what's worked for them and the longevity. And put in the comments which ones are your favorites.
But where do they shop, Mark?
Oh yeah, then go buy them at lonewolfpaintball.com.
.com.
See ya.